you are like, so team meeting November 5th, we're already in November. Can you guys believe it? We're already month into 2025, right? Because 90 days from now, we're going to be getting close to February. And so all the activities y'all do today are going to start showing up in February, not January. So that's why we're starting on time and getting after it. It's time to get to work. All right. So let's go to the first slide, Daniel. We got a lot to go over today. Changing this up a little bit. Sometimes people aren't grateful for things. Sometimes people don't have any gratitude to share. So I don't care. Just tell me something good. What's something that's good in your guys' lives right now? All right, agree. Start.
I got 2 new potential buyers that invested in on his way to pre-qualify.
I just listed my first property.
So Scott, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about it?
All right. My name is Scott Zuria. Career change. I'm a sommelier. I ran fine dining restaurants and have a humongous wine collection. So
So I think everybody's just wondering right now, when is the first dinner for?
I got out of the restaurant business for good reason. Still during the pandemic, but you know, I'm trying to recruit and still cooking at home, whatever. It'll happen.
He is the Saturday day to Thanksgiving conference. All right. Who else has one more? All right, so while we're waiting for Maureen to share something good for us, I want to introduce Zoltan as well too. Zoltan is one of our. So why don't we?
Yeah, they're cheaper, but because
Well, I saw me tell her to say hi, and she always thinks that, oh, Maureen's going to tell you that. And I was like, oh, shit. Told her that you went to Greece, and she was like, oh, man, that Maureen, she goes to all these amazing places. I want her life. And I was like, well, her husband's work is the one that got her to Greece. And she was like, well, you need to get a job with her husband. My wife likes jobs. So, Daniel, let's go next one. Happy election day. Don't care what side of the fence you stand on. Get out there and vote today. Really important. To make sure that you do your periodic obligations. So make sure you get that done today as well. It is donut day. We have some donuts in the back. So if you want to grab a donut, celebrate donut day without the guilt. We got sorry, Zoomers, you got to come in if you want donuts. We have like the most amazing donuts that we probably have ever had here. All right. Awesome. So grab your donut and feel guilt-free for at least today. Right. November birthdays. I'm going to read through these really quick. A lot of them. Malika, Ira, Janisha, Rosalind, Andrew, Elizabeth, Colleen, April, Young, Alexander, Lizzie, and happy birthday. Next slide. So some November newcomers, so these are all the people that joined KWPV in November. Linda Lester, Tim Lester's mom, Lena Choi, Shaw Daniels, which there's a transfer coming from the Beverly Hills Market Center. Mark Herrera, Emma Radomi, Mohammed Bassam, and Zoltan, which you just met as well too. So let's welcome all the newcomers. And I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. We're trying to break a record here, and everybody likes to break records, right? Okay. So I looked at our multi-year trends. I look at them all the time, but I looked at them after we closed the month last month. And with your guys' help, we've actually done a lot better than what you guys probably think we might be ever doing. Our market center has went in the last 12 months from about 150 agents to 179 agents. And year to date, we have basically gotten 67 new agents to join our office, right? And if we get just 3 more, right, we'll crack the whole gross. Attracting new agents will have a number that we have in June. So leave your guys' attention, right? You know, thinking about making a move or having a better year next year. Let's get connected and let's help you guys and our markets to grow. I want to crack some records here, and I know you guys all do too. So let's help each other out. Next slide, Daniel. There's always something to be thankful for. So just remember to be thankful during this time of year, because I tell you, no matter where you're at right now, probably could be worse, right? And so just be thankful for the opportunities that we have, thankful for where we're at and where we live, and a great group of people we have around us, because it's definitely special. Okay. Couple this is what's on tour today. You got the sheets in front of you. Couple of points out. Stephen's got this on Ocean Crest. Make sure you stop by and visit Stephen. And then go and see all of them. It's really important that we know our inventory. So it's important for you guys to know what's out there, and that way you can talk intelligently to your clients about what's available. Okay. All right. She's not here today, so we'll still give her a cure, even though she's not here yet. But we always want to go over the Y4CTT because that's our culture, right? And so the person that I haven't really witnessed this in the last week, seen integrity for this person, right? She's been working on a really complicated deal, but she was making sure that we were taking the right steps and doing the right things to navigate through what's in the best interest of her client. So I really, really want to give a big shout out to Sandra. Sandra comes in, say, hey, we tried to in culture, you're amazing, and everybody knows it. All right, Daniel. Now it's time to introduce our new broker of record. The great thing about our new broker of record is you're not going to have to remember his name because it's the same first name as our last one. So if you put on from Jeff to Jeff, so if you forget, so we have to jump on Zoom today. He couldn't physically make it in today, but he would want to make sure you popped in to say hi to all you guys and answer some questions that you guys might have. So I'm going to shut up. Daniel's going to get Jeff on the screen here, and Jeff's going to tell you a little bit about this.
Jeff, can you guys hear us?
I'm here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, sir. Yeah, we can hear you.
You can? Okay. So they I am the new broker record, but I'm probably the oldest guy in the room. So just a little bit about me is I'm not a book smart broker. I'm not a lawyer. I'm an agent first. I'm a street smart broker. I've sold thousands of homes. I've run a super big mega team. Not anymore. I've had small teams. I have a team of a couple people now. I've been an individual agent, so I understand everything you're going through. I still sell, not like I used to, but I still sell, so I know everything that's going on the street. So I can answer questions. Feel free to call me. They have my number at the office. I answer my phone. If I don't answer my phone, it's because I'm in an appointment or just busy with something. or my wife's, I'm on a honeydew with my wife. But anyways, I always call back. I always call back. You don't have to wait days to hear from me like some brokers. I don't know anything about your old broker. I'm not saying that was him, but I know there are some brokers that you could wait a week or 3 days to get back to them. So I'm here to answer your questions. I'm also pretty good at keeping deals together. If you have something that's a problem, you're not sure how to handle it, feel free to call me. I've negotiated thousands of transactions. I have had very few that fall apart. You can't say that I've had none that fell apart. It happens, but there's a right way and a wrong way, and there's a lot of in between to do things. But I do believe in following the rules. I know there's some gray areas, but not with this new commission thing. So, so if you have questions, call me. Let's talk about it so we don't get ourselves in trouble. My job, all I want to do is keep you out of trouble. I do not want to step in the way from you closing a deal. It's not my job. My job is to help you close your deals. And that's it. So whatever questions you have for me, go ahead and ask. I'm an open book.
Now, Jeff, really quick, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your background specifically with Keller Williams? Because I think that's important too.
Okay, I forgot when I came to Keller Williams, but I came as an agent, and I had a few shares in a company, but and I was just a salesperson, and not just because I'm happy I'm still a salesperson, but I'm an operating partner, an OP, and a broker in 3 offices in San Clemente, which was my first office, and that's my home office. I live in Orange County, La Jolla, and they're both dynamic offices, and Lake Forest. So I'm the broker and operating partner and major stockholder in all 3 of those offices. So which also reminds me, when you do call me, you have to remind me which office you're with. Because there's a lot of agents and I don't remember. A lot of times I remember people's names when they tell me, but sometimes I get confused which office. For example, I have a lot of Bobs, I have a lot of Mikes, I have a lot of Ricks, a lot of Johns. So just make sure you let me know which office it's with, okay? Because that's always helpful. And always remind me of who do you represent, the buyer or the seller, because that makes a difference too, okay? But
You have for Jeff. Well, Teresa said welcome. You probably couldn't do that. So I have questions as well.
well, I'm here. I probably won't be in your office very often, but as I say, if you want to write this down, but Paige has all my information. I'm guessing they've sent it out to you, or they will. It's 949-412-5333. 949-412-5333. I typically don't answer my phone on stuff before 9 o'clock and probably after 8 o'clock at night. So unless it's a real emergency, because I don't like getting yelled at by my wife.
So basically what they should do is if it's after or before those hours, just text you 911, right?
Yeah, I guess. You don't need to put 9. But you can text me. You can text me, phone me. And also Paige can give you my email address too, especially if there's some document I need to see. Sometimes it's easier for me. Let me show you. I keep a book like this. It's over 700 pages. I keep it at home and I keep it in my San Clemente office. So it's usually like when you talk about a form, I usually try to look it up because I can't remember every form. And sometimes it's the verbiage. There's a sentence in there that can make a difference. So I try to look at it. If there's some verbiage that somebody wrote or something like that, then email that to me so we can go over it together. And also, here's my pet peeve. When you go to 4 different people to ask to see which answer you like, yeah, that doesn't work well. So if you already got suggestions from people, let me know. If you've talked to the attorney, I'm never going to, even when I think the attorney's wrong, I'm never going to argue with the attorney because, as you say, they went to law school, I didn't. But my job's to help you close the deal. Their job is not necessarily the same. So. Any questions, guys? I'm an open book, man. You just anything you want to know, just or
Yeah, now let me go and come in and I'll repeat it because he's way in the back. Josh just wanted to know, what's that book?
all I heard was what type.
Yeah, the Josh wanted, you held up that big book and Josh just wanted to know what book that was.
Oh, that's every form, sample form book. It comes out twice a year, 700, so over 700 pages. It's great.
Yeah, great reading, really 700 pages. So Josh, that'll be good for next time.
Great.
Any other questions? Maybe you want to?
Just welcome Jeff. It's actually it's a privilege to work with Jeff, knowing for many years. And at one point he was the broker of the state on behalf of.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I'm here to remind you. But it's a big deal. You know, but one person to represent Keller Williams in the state, right? So it means something. And the great thing about Jeff is also speaks our language. The person is vested, is an OP, he understands, he sells for many years, so he understands the mechanism and how that works. Is big on the commission changes. He's on the right side of the commission changes, meaning he understands again all the fine print and how to approach it. And he's been a friend and a supporter for many years. It's very knowledgeable. That's the best part. And proud to have you called the office, Jeff.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don.
Okay, thank you guys. I look forward to working with you. And by the way, I guess I tell you, I've been doing this since 1986, so I've seen a lot of changes, and I know a lot of people are very nervous about the market we're in. All I can tell you, I've been through every possible market. I've done well in every possible market. It's mindset. It's mindset. It's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. You adapt to the marketplace. These new rules aren't a big deal. It's a big deal between our ears, but it's not really a big deal. I've had buyers pay me now. I've had sellers pay me, and I've had a combination of the two where each pays part. I haven't had any problems. The main thing is it's not the forms, it's not the new rules, it's the conversation that you have with your clients. As long as you have the conversation, and if you have a minute, John, it just came to my head what came up this week, something I learned yesterday. So I was talking to a mega agent yesterday. They have a big team. Somebody called, wanted to see one of their listings. They did not have a consultation with him. And I know you can't always because somebody's deciding in front of the house or whatever. So you can't always have a consultation. But you want to try to meet them somewhere or talk to them or send them and go over the compensation plans. Go over it that we have to, actually technically it's January 1st where you by law have to do it, but you should be doing it now, that they have to sign a form in order for you to show them the house. Now, if it's your listing, does that mean you won't show the house if they refuse? Of course not. Are you not going to let them in an open house because they don't sign the form? Of course not. But you just need to know what's happening. So the person, they met him at the door of the house, first time they met him, and they asked him to sign the form. Basically, the short form, the PSRA or PRSA. I always forget what the symbol is for that. But that's the short form, basically just for 3 houses. And it's just for the one house that, are you working with anybody? Otherwise, I'd be your agent type thing. Explain how the compensation works. And the person says, I'm not signing anything. They showed him the house. They called him back to see if they want to buy it. They say, yes, we do. I'll have my broker contact you. So they never had the conversation to see if they're working with somebody. So the conversation should have been, are you working with another agent? Yes or no. If it's yes, that agent should be there to show you the house. Now, if it's your listing, if it's your listing, you probably not going to not show them the house because you have a fiduciary responsibility to your seller to make sure it's well exposed. But you need to know what you're getting into. And you need to have that conversation. Obviously, it's best to have on another, well, another example, that one, there was no way to have a meeting beforehand, right? Unless you wanted to set up a time later. I had one recently where we were referred to somebody, we met them at the office, spent about an hour talking, they wanted to see property. We wanted to explain to them, their first generation buyers, how the system works. They've been on Zillow, they've been going to open houses. So we went through a buyer presentation with them. And we showed them what we do, why we do it. We answered all their questions. And then when we started off, we're going to say, look, I want to let you know what we do. And then we're at some point in this conversation, I'm going to ask you for a commitment. So we got through all this and I said, okay, from what you've seen, would you like us to be your agent? And they said, yes. I said, so let's talk about compensation. And I went over the form with them and they explained it. Do you understand all this? So we talked about a compensation model and we explained that there's a high probability that the seller will pay this or part of it. If they pay none of it or only part of it, are you okay with paying the difference? And they said yes. So eventually we found them a property. The seller paid half. And I said, so you understand before we signed the counter that the seller's paying half of this. This is the other half's going to be, I forgot, like $12,000, whatever it was. I said, are you okay with that? I already knew they had the money. And they said yes. And we closed escrow the other day and they paid half of it. But a lot of agents get nervous on having that conversation. But if you're getting nervous on having that conversation, it's because you don't trust yourself in being competent to help them. So you want to practice it. You want to practice it and have confidence that you're a good agent and show them in writing what you do. And then you make the decision if you work together. Does that make sense? And then you don't get burnt. Does that make sense to you guys? So you get paid?
So much, Jeff.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Look at some more, for sure. All right, Daniel.
Okay.
We have a great strong breakfast today, so let's just make sure we on, all right? Okay, cool. I just don't, I want to make sure I don't butcher your guys' names. So let's give the guys a round of a big hand.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Jay, and this is Don, and we are with very close, Ondor USA. So Ondor is a Korean term for warm or heated stone. So that's delivered. So now I'm very excited this morning to share our product, our company, and our overall business goal with you guys. And then at the end of the presentation, what we want basically is your feedback, your opinion, and then your thoughts on our product and then on our business model. So basically, we're here to solicit your ideas or your thoughts, and then you will be very, very beneficial for us to moving forward and then continue with this. So now, so how much time do we have, Daniel? Okay, so I could. Yeah, so 10 minutes, that's not the whole for that's why they So I feel the energy in this room. So you guys do this once a week and then it's very energetic. And then I think this will actually help us to borrow your energy and then back to our business. And then I guess it looks like the theme of the day is we have a career change. Two of you actually made a career change now you're an agent. So I couldn't help myself. I feel like I need to join you guys. So I could totally relate to you guys because I myself I did a career change. So I joined the companies as a partner of this company back in January of this year. So my background is actually a trained as a pharmacist. So I worked for Kaiser Permanente for close to 20 years. And then I decided to step down as a manager. I was working as a part-time pharmacist, and then now that's where I am. I'm here. I'm trying to convince you to you guys spread the word about our product. So let's go to the next slide. So I'm gonna briefly go over our company introduction, product, benefits, our radiant floor heating products, and then what we offer, and then most importantly, what we could help us to grow our business. And then we'll do a quick question and answer session. Next slide. So like I mentioned, January of 2024. So I actually partnered with a general contractor who has been building or renovating business close to 20 years. So he actually started this as a side job, installing the radiant floor heating. And he has been getting a lot of retentions from homeowners. Hey, I heard so and so just put in a new floor heating. I wanna explore that option. And so he's been doing this on and off for the past 3-4 years. And then finally he came around, and then he asked me to join the company, and then let's do this as a full-time as a business. So that was January 2024. So we provide sales and installation service of radiant floor heating system. And basically, it's not just installing a fancy floor heating. We wanted to change the heating culture. So we wanted to let everybody know that there's an alternate way of heating your homes or your house, your rooms, your bedrooms, your bathrooms. So I want to say it's affordable luxury that we could provide to any homeowners at this point. And by doing so, we're promoting healthy and comfortable winter living for all. Okay, next slide. So what we sell is basically the heat radiating carbon film, and then I'm gonna have Sean hold this, and then that will showcase you guys. So carbon film, that's the very thin film that you see that we could install under the floor. So this is the heat radiating carbon film. So that's our main product. And we also have a fabric film. So as you can see the black strip, that's the carbon strip that's radiating heat. And then we also have a fabric that's also radiating. So think of it as a very fabric like carbon fiber. And so we provide premium installation service with or without the floor cover. Okay. And these products that we carry pass all the safety regulations, or for US it's UL, and then for European Union it's a CE. So they're all have been tested, and then they're authorized to sell in any part of the world at this point. Next slide, please. Okay, so it's not a new idea. So this concept has been around over 1,000 years. Now we're just reinventing. So it used to be we're heating our floor with the furnace, but now we're using the state-of-the-art technology to produce a very thin carbon film to install under the floor. So when you think about floor heating, we know that there's a hydronic system that will also heat up the floor. So basically, it's a hot water circulating through under the floor, and that's how you heat up the floor. And now we have an electric system. So how many of you have experienced the heated floor, whether it's water or the electric system? So the electric system that we know of, actually, the most common one that we know of is wires. So copper wire is embedded in the fabric or some type of medium, and then we install it under the floor. So for now, this type of carbon film is relatively new, but not new in Asia and in Europe. So they have been using this for construction for past 15 years. But in the United States, this is available, but then it's not very common. So that's the main product that we're using for our. Okay, let's talk about other heating systems. So most of you know that our homes are heated with central heating system, correct? So we call it HVAC system, and we also call it as a forced air heating system. So forced air system can be either central air or older houses will still have furnace, natural gas run furnace. So think of those and think of our product. It's completely different and revolutionized the new heating culture. So you don't have to so that's the HVAC forced air heating system, and then the furnace system that I mentioned. So now some of you know, tell me, heating system in Southern California, we don't really have that. It's cold winter like East Coast or us. But if you were reminded of how the old furnace system and then the old HVAC system works compared to the radiant floor heating system, this is very relevant. So it's not just your home. So it's a lifestyle change, and then we're changing the heating culture. So next slide. Okay, so I'm gonna go over many, not all, but many of the benefits of radiant floor heating. So first of all, clean air quality. So there's no forced air flowing into your face, to your children's nose and the mouth. I mean, clearly there's no airflow when you use like radiant flow heating, right? So I put down and say hello to dust-free indoor air or indoor environment. And the next thing is quiet and out of sight. So everything is bedded, everything's under control. You don't see the old furnace. You don't see the gas pilot that you have to turn on every time it goes off. You don't have to see this vent everywhere, every room, right? So I said, say goodbye to fan and furnace noise, and say hello to better nights. Okay, and the next one, we have even distribution of heat. So think about it, you have evenly distributed radiant floor heating under the floor, right? But then if you have HVAC system, your air is blowing to your face. If you walk away a few feet, then you have a cold spot, right? It's not very evenly heated. And then next one, energy efficient. So when I say energy efficient, is the floor is heated, it will maintain the heat even though there's no electricity. So once you heat the floor, once you heat the furniture, and once you heat your dining table, it's gonna stay there. So even though you turn off the electricity, it's gonna maintain it throughout the day.
For how long?
For how long? That's a very good question. I mean, think about it. When you heat up your
Let's say it's a wood dining table.
so wood dining.
Yeah.
So the floor would stay heated, I wanna say at least 1 to 2 hours.
Yes, it pretty much staying around for 2 hours. It really depends on which flooring you have at the end. If it's hardwood, it's really more likely to get big floors inside. That's a bad place. So, but as far as SVC, the most common ones that we use at my home as well, it usually stays around a couple hours. And that's why I kind of mock in my kids for not turning it off, that they say, I didn't even turn it on this morning. So maybe it was from 6 o'clock in the morning, I still feel the heat at around 10 o'clock. So kind of stays around depending on how often, but yes, it stays around much more so than HVAC. That one, if we open up the window, we usually call that ventilation or that fresh air, but at the same time, as far as heat go, it's not really helpful in maintaining the heat. As far as this one go, it can handle many times of refreshments, air refreshments.
More questions?
Yeah. I'm trying to understand.
Yes.
If you have central air, you still need a furnace, right?
So furnace is furnaces run by using the natural gas. And then you heat up the air and then it blow out the air, whether it's through the vent, ceiling vent, or the older house, they have the underfloor system to blow hot air. But if you have a central air or central HVAC, that will serve as air conditioning during the summer. And heater, or to blow out the hot air during the.
Do you have any numbers about efficiency versus a heat pump?
I don't, but then I could give you the electricity, the wattage that will eat that, so I could give you that as a
So
example.
I would compare it to a heat pump, which
Yes.
is the modern.
Yes,
solution.
so the heat pump will use electricity. So your heat pump will use electricity, right? And then you blow the hot air, but then for this, use the same electricity that's heating up the floor. So
Yeah.
there's no air blowing.
That's what I would like to see the.
Yes, yes. So we're
Efficiency.
still collecting the data. So we want to compare and keep the better idea. So let's say if I spend this much cost or this much electricity versus heat pump versus the radiant flow heating. So we need to do some calculation and then we need to collect the data. So let me just give you let me put this. So if you're looking at average size room, let's say it's a 200 square feet, right? So you will need about 84 kilowatts hour. Kilowatts hour, that's 8 hours of active cycle for 1 month.
So basically, if you turn on the floor heating for an area of 200 square feet for 8 hours every single day for the whole month, the electric bill as the current bills that we get is about $50. But 8 hours full day long, that's really not the reality because the system itself turns on and off to maintain thermostat temperatures. I really hope that the temperature stays much longer than HVAC, which means that the actual kick-ins of the system is much rarer as we go on through the night over time. It's just making things that happen. This is it. You guys really should know the efficiency difference compared to heat pumps.
Yes, I agree. Yes. Any other questions?
I think it was kind of answered.
Okay. The other question?
What degrees does your system heat typically?
So we have two temperature points. One is actual surface temperature of the flooring and the temperature of the ambient. So just think of it as, so you could use a controller to control your temperature. So the flooring itself will heat up as high as 80.
It's actually more than 80. I've tested it at 85, which is way more than what we see. And but the key point is this: like our thermostat is around here, and as well as HVAC thermostat is around this height because that's where we kind of center out our body. So that's the benchmark there. And when both of the system reach the same 72 degrees, most of the HVAC system heats up the air up here. Air goes up, okay? But our system comes from the bottom, so it actually feels a lot hotter than 72 degrees when it actually reaches 72 up here. So I tend to like keep the temperature 2-3 degrees below what I intend to have in my in the places that I have the system installed. Whereas in the HVAC installed area, usually I usually 2-3 degrees above established in the room. I think most of you might agree.
So let me continue with so we have more benefits of radiant floor heating to share. So next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, so now next benefit I would like to mention is easy to localize and zoning. So think of HVAC system, you have ventilation or vents throughout your house. Can you control which room the air is going to or how much? You can't, unless you have very, very sophisticated heating system. But for the radiant floor heating, you could control where you want the floor heating to be active or to be turned on. So let's say during the winter, you don't have anybody, you have only you and your spouse in the master bedroom. So that's the only area that you can turn on the radiant floor heating. You don't want to get the rest of the house. Kids are off, so they're out on vacation or summer camp or winter camp or wherever they may be. You just need to focus on the area they use to be stay. And then also at the same time, you could adjust the ideal temperature basically. So that's another benefit. And then simple to run and maintenance free. So think about HVAC system, what you need to do every 3 to 6 months. What are you changing? You're changing out the filters. And whenever you see the filter, you see how dirty the air is in your room. But in this case, you don't have any filters to change. Okay, easy of installation. So for our product, we could install as small as 200 square feet up to your entire house. So that's another benefit. So for HVAC system, central heating, you can do zoning, or you can just install it in your room or your bathroom or wherever they be.
And before we forward back to your question, Dalton, it's really hard to compare eye to eye with the current. My personal experience, and everyone that's experienced about 80 households so far, they usually don't turn on the system all house around for the obvious reasons. But whereas HVAC, we have no choice; we have to all on. So it doesn't really compare into the real usage of how this system might be used. If we compare the whole house being turned on versus the whole house being turned on, being consistent. So we're still on the way. You're correct. We have to get the numbers to this convincing, become more convincing, but at the same time, it's really hard to say that we can. Most of the people are going to turn this on for the whole house. That's the right comparison. That's really not the truth in this case.
Yeah.
So we're moving on.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so what we're offering, so our service basically, so at this point, we're just got our listeners. We just wanted to let everybody know if there's alternate heating, means or way of heating your room or your house other than HVAC system or your old furnace. So that's that's our objective at this time. So, our selling point is it's unmatched, healthy, and comfortable lifestyle, at least for the winter. We can't do anything about the summer. So yeah, so that's what we're promoting. And then our price point is $15 to $25 per square. So that's 15, you're looking at base installation. So it will go as high as 25 per square feet based on the flooring, choice of your flooring. So once you purchase your flooring, we'll do a complete installation, including the flooring installation. So so we have product warranty and installation warranty, and we also have, question, yes.
Is this something you install when you're gonna remodel, or is this something like?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. We get 5 more rooms back there. So, the best way to do this is during your flooring remodel or house renovation. But at the same time, what we can offer, so our technique is we could also put this system on top of your existing flooring. So that may be just your master bedroom, or just your tile in your bathroom, or your entire house. We could do either way. So on top of your existing flooring, or we remove the existing flooring and then we put a new flooring.
There's just going to be an additional 1/4-inch reducer. We do a specific area, which is the beating part of it. Just a little reducer, go around in houses.
So you could actually experience all this, the coziness or the benefits of radiant floor heating by visiting our, I put it as an open house. So we have a multiple house that are willing to showcase our product. So you guys or your client can come and experience the radiant floor heating system. You really wanted to consider to have this done for your home or for your campus.
And one of which is my house. I live 5 minutes from here. I saw you guys can get all across the better office. Yeah, so anytime you just give us a call, I'll open up my house and have a tea, coffee, whatever you want.
And my house, south works. Okay, so we cannot not discuss what's in it for you guys, right? So you guys gonna spread the word, tell your clientele about benefits of radiant floor heating, and then So this is something we need to work out. So I just learned that, you guys can have feedback or mission. So we could work something out. So if you refer your clientele or even yourself, we'll give you some kind of, I don't know, I don't wanna, put a random term, but, I mean, it's just easy to put it as commission, right? So,
Well, it's compensation.
yeah, compensation, exactly,
But you
that's-
could-
yeah.
Go
Yeah.
through, I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, so, so that's something we could, work something out after this.
Fair.
Yes. So let me quickly go over the next slide here. Okay, so this is what, so, in returns, you guys will, give us a, thumbs up, basically, spread the good news to all your clientele. And then, just tell your neighbors, your relatives, your clientele, obviously, you're in this business. I think it's great bang for the buck, home improvement, basically, whether you have a smaller room that you wanna renovate or put in the flooring system or the entire house. This is a good, home improvement project, that I'm just saying. Any other, thoughts, questions?
You guys actually sell flooring as well, or we pick flooring somewhere?
Either way, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So we have. Question?
What was the referral fee?
Oh, referral fee, that's. So to be honest, we don't have anything, amongst our, colleagues, so we have, so it's $3 per square. So let's say you refer a house and then, the sales conversion, and they put in 1,000 square feet of area for regular floor heating, so that is 1,000 times 3. So, but I don't wanna, so we'll get into detail. I'll connect with Daniel.
We're doing his house round up.
Oh,
So, and it's on Lamar Park, and it's a two-story home, and, I sent him a video that while you were talking,
okay.
in case he's interested in adding this to his house, because it's good, it's on the hill.
There you go. We have a first referral already. Any other questions? Yes, Conrad.
Let's be very careful.
Yeah.
Or you, I would discourage any kind of compensation from these guys.
Oh, no, I just said,
You know, because when something goes wrong and you haven't disclosed you being compensated, you're in a lawsuit.
right,
Okay, so you're gonna lose a client. So let's be very careful with that. Sure, our broker of record would say the same thing.
Thank you for that comment. Yes. Keep that in mind and then we'll work it out. Any other question, comment?
What's the sort of projected lifespan of the product?
Oh, that's another good question. So our warranty covers 10 years. So the product and the installation work.
okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right. Got a lot to go over in about, we're gonna be doing some speed dating here real quick. So closings, Manuel closed one on, very Cornelius, Grass, Emmanuel. Grass, Sports is the one in our community, and Yanzi and Walnut. A little bit about your business.
Just listed last Friday. Feels like potential offers coming real soon, so it's we priced it pretty well.
I did it really fast. Steven, tell us a little bit about your business.
I just put on the last Friday, and we did the open house last weekend. Just received the first offer last night.
Awesome, right. Yeah, so make sure you go visit Steve.
There is one that it's got a great old two bedroom condo, very nice, very affordable. So make sure you stop by.
Yeah, definitely. All right. And Mitsuko has one in San Pedro, is next to is here. So, sorry. Bree has one in Fulton. I know it's not here. Rod has one in Roland Heights, about just under 1.7. Josephine has a new one as well in Lomita. So if you have some in Lomita, great little property. Actually, that's still it's close. Yeah, it's at the end of that. Oh, so make sure you take that out. Right, you missed out on the one already. Right. Young has one in Torrance. So, and then Alicia has one in our PV as well. Does you know anything about this?
Yeah, it's a house, she has been helped, the property for many years. Same project 30 years ago and kind of mobile and just really for lease now.
Awesome. So good opportunity for new lease. And then Stephanie, I know is not here. She's got one in San Pedro, about just under 4,600 for a lease. Another one as well at 1850 San Pedro. So if you got some funds looking for some cheaper rents, a couple good ones there. Sandra, I know is not here. She's got one in West Hollywood, little place for about 3,000 a month. And Sandra has another one, a lot bigger place, about 2,600 square feet for about 9,000 in West Hollywood. And then I'm going to go really fast through the upcoming events. A couple things to go over. We had these neighbors a couple weeks ago on Bruce Mindset. On the 15th, Mark King, who is the president of Keller Williams International, is going to be joining me on that Zoom call. So that'd be a really good one to check into. Mark is like an expert at wealth building. Will really give you some great ideas on some things that you guys can do to start generating your passive income in your wealth as well too. So that's definitely one that I would time block off. That is our Zoom call that we do on Friday mornings today. Also want to promote Richard Jones role play. One of the big things that Jeff talked about, you're feeling comfortable with conversations, and that's all that Richard does 3 days a week. So this is a really good opportunity for you guys to hop on to Richard's Zoom calls. So they do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays right after the mindset call, so 8:30 for about half an hour, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, and he goes over some topics, and then literally will break you off into like Zoom rooms so that you guys can practice dialogue. So that is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Daniel. We do again the momentum makers on Mondays. Just a quick session to help you guys with your accountability. If you guys need some help with accountability, we do that at 1 to 1:30 on Mondays. Business planning clinic. We have 2 business planning clinics coming up. One is going to be on Thursday the 14th in Long Beach. You don't need to go to both because they're the same exact session, right? And then the following week, there's going to be one in Florence at South Bay Market Center, 9:30 o'clock, and we're going to go over how to really get a good, solid business plan set up for the next year, which is really, really important because if you guys don't have a plan, you're winging it, and if you're winging it, it's really hard to hit your goals, right? So this is going to be a really great perspective on how to get what you want, right? Was that? Agnes said she has a new lease in RPD coming soon for 7,500 with a canyon view and an ocean view. And you can call Agnes at 310-294-0946. You have somebody interested in that.
John?
Yeah.
Can interrupt a little bit. Okay, this is coming soon. It'll be ready to show on Monday, the 11th. And it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. Turnkey, and gorgeous views from the kitchen. They're just full ocean views, Olympic-sized swimming pool in the backyard, and then you also have the view of the canyon from the back area, and there's a picnic table in there, which is really, really charming. So if anybody's interested in showing, let me know, or need more details, give me a call.
Definitely will. Thank you, Agnes.
This is.
So, we also have, not necessarily, you might not need it, but there is an ethics class coming up. And that is going to be, there's gonna be one in South Bay and one on Coastal on the 7th to 13th. The South Bay one's gonna be 1:30 to 4:30, and the one at KW Coastal is gonna be 10 AM to 12:30. You can scan that barcode and it'll take you to the NAR site or the car site. It's gonna tell you whether you need the ethics section or not. I should check mine and I'm good, so I'm clear. In addition, if you don't want to go to those market centers, the website, that our car actually offers an online course that you can take to the class. Right?
Yes, on 12 that.
Yeah. So just make sure that if you're unsure, scan that, check your spouse, because you don't want to go to real estate jail. So you need to have it straightened out.
I will be able to see that.
Yeah, and they'll basically pull your license, but you need to make it. All right, Daniel. We got Jeff Glover coming to town. This is Friday 25. Jeff's one of the top agents in the country. And he's actually going to physically be here at the W Hotel in West LA on Thursday, December 12th from 9 to 12:30. Really good speaker, one of the top agents in all of Keller Williams. Got a really good panel that he's going to be sharing a lot of great details on how to crush it. You can scan a QR code to register. No, it's okay. We got to keep going. So we're going to start doing something starting next week. It's going to be right before our team meeting. I want to try to get people a little bit more engaged and ready to go right out of the gate. Been talking to a lot of you guys over the last couple of weeks, and the thing I've been hearing from a lot of our top agents is I'm not converting as well as I should. Right? A lot of us know a lot of people, but we're not getting the transactions we want. It's not about leads. It's about converting and making sure I'm staying top of mind with my. So we're going to really dive deep on Tuesday mornings before the team meeting on how you can get more business from the people you already know. This is not going to be a lead generation thing. This is not going to be on how to go get more, meet more people from open houses. If you have 1,000 people on your phone right now, you have 60, you should, if you did it right, have 60 opportunities next year to close business. But and most people have 1,000 people on their phone, and most people aren't even coming close to having 60 opportunities to close business. So we're going to really dive deep on Tuesday mornings. Really short session. We'll start at 8:30, sometime between 9 and 9:15, right before the meeting starts.
Starting
there. Yeah. You can't not forcing the people you want. You don't want to try and you're not closing business, don't want to close, right? But that is going to be every Tuesday, other than the day Tuesday where we have a speed runs. Okay. But that's not at least to the end of the year. They're not going to have another board breakfast until the end of the year. Couple more classes. Last minute I wanted to throw on here to put on your guys' radar. We're going to do an open house mastery class tomorrow. So all things open houses and on how to crush it with that. That is going to be from 12:30 to 2. QR code, Zoom link if you want to zoom in. And then on Thursday, we're going to be doing a regional tech workshop so that you guys can learn how to utilize the tools that are available to you, which leads into the conversion because we can be automating a lot of things. And a lot of you guys don't know how to automate a lot of the things. So you can tune in. This is going to be in person and Zoom. This is just Zoom. And then so open house will be 12:30 to 2 o'clock tomorrow here. And then on Zoom too. And then the tech session is going to be 12 to 1 o'clock on Thursday. And that's okay. Keep rolling, Daniel. We went through. We got our code drive for Harold D. You know this story a little bit better than I do, so why don't we share a little bit about the Harold D code drive?
We do it every year. The past few years, she passed away 2 years ago. We kind of that was her passion to do a code drive for kids. We kind of expanded to that to do any kind of code, sweater, what have you. She'd be an agent with our company. And we're gonna have a box right over here, both sides of the suites, and between whenever we're gonna put it out there until just before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Okay, yes, yeah, yeah.
So today.
The fourth and the,
We don't know where it's closer.
thank you, yes. Yes. So, thank you for the.
Awesome. All right, Daniel, next slide. Just want to remind you guys about the football pool. When I first put this slide up, started in the last game, but now we're crushing it again. So, awesome. Gift card for John.
Hold on.
So we're gonna have to play off some more. Right? Let's get it rolling. Brooks next power hour is November 21st, and that will be from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and then right after we go over the rest, then we have our happy hours.
That is a document.
So. All right, we have our Thanksgiving conference on 12. Make sure you sign up, especially Scott.
That's next Tuesday, right?
So make sure you get signed up.
If you guys want to bring your dish before the team meeting, we'll have all ready for you guys and have you guys come back.
Okay.
Cool.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. All right, let's keep rolling. We have a silver local golden gala, different drinks, dancing raffle prizes. First in the center, that's based on December 11th to 16th. We should stars. So start holding. So make sure you show up, have a really good time as well too.
Setting up all three of us.
So like no short shorts and all this.
We have an escrow process, that QR code will download a PDF right to your phone. If you guys want to program this at all for your listing or buyer presentation, let me know. I'd be happy to program it for you. There's also on the wall in the back that is becoming our vendor wall slowly but surely. You can always stop by there and download it as well. Kind of goes through 10 quick steps, making it nice and easy to present to your clients. Let me know if you have any questions on that. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is next Friday, November 15th. I will be out of the office for family vacation, so I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I'll be gone. I'm available by cell phone. If you guys have something urgent or need something, please don't text me. I'm always here for you guys. Like you guys, I hope the state never stinks. So please text me if you need anything. Otherwise, I feel like it's amazing, as you all know, and she will be here in full support for you guys. So anyways, but yeah, download that today. If you can't quite get it from the screen, go ahead and grab some that over here.
All right, dude, next one. Let's keep this thing over. Yes.
How many guys you got? Yeah. So everybody, you guys, every month, throughout the month, we pass out new rate updates and what's been happening with the market, historically, and what's happening now, right? And what you guys, I think most of you know, is Grant helps with a lot of this. We collaborate together. And so where we are right now is interest rates have ticked up by 0.5% over the last 30 days. You guys ever seen the movie 8 Crazy Days Making Friends? I haven't, but I can tell you. November 30th to October 30th to November 7th, we have a lot of crazy things happening. And long story short of it is that interest rates are extremely volatile. But what's more important than that is the payment and the unique situation of your clients. And so when we talk about the US elections, talking about making things easy and presentable for you, Grant and I came up with this visual to share with you guys about. Right there. No, you guys, how many people sit on the sidelines when there's elections taking place? Usually it's 15%. Right now, there's 23% sitting on the sidelines. So if you were going to be looking for a house and you didn't want to have competition, now is a great time to be doing that, right? As far as moving forward with home purchase. On the lower side, what happens to mortgages in election years? 72% of the time, interest rates decrease. We've seen interest rates decrease from 8% down to 6% just over the last 12 calendar months. And over here on the upper right-hand side, if you want to see it for yourself over here, you can take this home with you. What happens to home prices after an election? 82% of the time, they have increased. So you guys seen a theory here, or not a theory, a theme? Yeah? Okay, I'm talking about moving fast. What happens prices after the election? Again, 88% of the time they increase. I'm sorry, this first one actually was volume. Volume increases by 18% after an election. So 4.6 million transactions to 5.2 million. And home prices rise. Now, this is nationally 2.5%. Really, for Southern California, it's expected to be 5.5%. Now, Grant, in helping me put all this together, he's going to talk to me about this work that's also in the bottom of this takeaway for you guys today.
And, yeah, that was awesome. And then, like Dustin said, we have a QR code that pretty much all of you can use using our Fidelity Page app. These are really great where basically how they work is, let's say you have like a QR code or something on your website where people can click to, or maybe your text, mobile flyers, etc. Called shareable calculators. So let's say you wanted someone just to like come to your website, go to a landing page, see for themselves like what they can afford monthly, or like what a rent versus buy analysis would look like, or what their net sheet would be. So you can put in this information for themselves. Here's just a quick example of what that would look like if someone scanned that QR code. You come here to this page, it's going to have your information at the top of the screen here. This is an example of that monthly affordability calculator that's on those flyers. So let's say someone's just like, hey, I think I want to pay $4,500 monthly each month. That's all they have to put in, and that's show based off 10% what they can afford in the house price. Kind of play with this and say, oh, okay, maybe I can put 20% in. How's that going to change things dynamically for them? Let's say they see this, they're like, okay, yeah, I do maybe want to look at houses price range. They can click yes. That's going to give their name and email to you, and obviously you can use. So it's one of the resources. And then if you look at that flyer on your desk too, that's the apps. That's some of the other features that you can use. And if you don't have this app, just scan one of those QR codes, look at the account set up, and you can start playing with it. And then if you have a class on that app this Friday at 11 a.m. So I'm going to go start to finish. If you don't have an account, I'll show you how to create the accounts and show you all the great features. So for today.
All right, is Janet, are you still on the, Zoom? Janet? Okay. Janet, if you're on Zoom, if you want to talk a little about your listing, otherwise I can.
Thank you. Waiting for the app.
Okay, go ahead. We have one of our partner agents, one from our sister office, Long Beach, wanted to talk 2 minutes today to talk a little bit about listings you guys Long Beach.
Yes, I have a listing right down the street from your office. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath at the La Colina building. And it's a turnkey luxury condo, move-in ready. It was a model unit. It's been gently used because the owner bought it in 2021 and bought it for the mother in Romania, who's only there part of the time. So it's hardly used. Appliances are new. There's furniture available if people want to buy the furniture. They've lowered the price to $749. They've identified the 1031 that they want to exchange into. They want it sold like now, yesterday. So if you have one of those buyers who's looking for a bargain, come in with an offer, come in with a lower offer because they really want to get it sold now.
Awesome. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
So if you can help Janet out, you got a fire. All right, last thing, I'm not going to talk because we're already out of time, but I did create something for you guys. because one thing I'm not good at is stable goes on. So some of you guys, on you guys' desks, might have a staple in the right spot. That's for lefties, right? And we'll go over this next week when we have time to go over it a little bit more. But one of the things that was brought up is, hey, we want to have a little bit of a market report, something that's put together pretty nice that we can give to our potential consumers. So I just want to go, but Daniel, if you can click the next slide really fast and click the where it says market stats, actually it's a link. So I created, all right, we'll talk about it in a second. So I created this all on Canva, and I'm going to share the link with you guys so that you can make a copy. So if you wanted to change it, if you wanted to add your logos, something you can give out to your clients. And basically, I just broke it down into the areas in the South Bay and the cities that are in those areas. And I put market stats up around those things. And I also put in some fun facts that I got from ChatGPT about each one of those communities as well too. It's a fun thing that is informational, and it's a really great conversion touch point that you can now send out to your clients on a quarterly basis. So I'll get that Canva link out to you guys. And then there's an activity I want to do with this to discuss kind of what's going on in our market. Guys, we'll save that for next time. And then one last quick pitch. Next week, we are going to do a panel discussion for our team meeting. So I asked the ALC to come up, and we're going to do some Q&A about what's going on and what our top agents in the market are doing right now to be successful in this market and how they're getting ready for next year as well too. So instead of just hearing a bunch of repetitive stuff next week, we're going to be really kind of going deep with our agents. So I encourage you guys highly to come to that one next week. That's it. All right. I did want to